In this particular video, we will look into the details of shoot system or the stem. Now, starting with the definition of stem. So, we studied that shoot system is the part that is present above the ground. Now, this shoot system will have stem on it, and the stem in turn will have leaves, fruit and flowers on it. So, in this video, we will mainly stress on the stem. So, we can say that stem is the ascending part of the axis which bears branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. Now, this stem, it will be arising from the plumule. The point to be noted here is that if we talk of the root that comes out from the radicle and the stem comes out from the plumule of the seed. Now, in the case of stem, there will be nodes, there will be internodes. So, in this stem, the point from where leaf will arise. So, let us say this is the one leaf that has arise. This is the other leaf that has arisen. So, the point from where leaf arises. So, this is a node. This point, it will also be node. So, any point from where leaf will arise, it will be called as node, and the region between two nodes will be called as internode. So, this part is called as internode. After this, we come to the term buds. Now, stem will have buds. Buds can be of two types. These can be terminal or these can be axillary. So, if the bud is present on the end of the stem, then we will call it as terminal bud, and if the buds are present here on the lateral parts, we will call it as axillary bud. Now, talking of the color of stem, initially the stem is green when it is young, and later often it will become woody and in color it will become dark brown. Talking of the functions of the stem, the main function is that stem spreads out the branches which bears leaves, flowers and the fruits. This is the main function. Coming to the second function, it conducts water, minerals and photosynthetates, that is the food that is produced by the plant. The third is stem also performs functions like storage of food, support, protection, photosynthesis and vegetative propagation. So, we can say that these functions are in which stem will modify and will be performing these functions. So, we will look into these modifications of stem one by one. So, in all we will look into 5 modifications of stem, and the first is, as we have seen here, is the storage of food. Second modification is the support. Second modification is the protection. The fourth and fifth modification, that is photosynthesis and spread and vegetative propagation, we will look into other video. Now, doing with the 3 modifications over here, the first modification is the storage of food. So, in this case, stem will be storing reserve food. Examples are, there will be underground stems of potato, there will be underground stems of ginger, turmeric, there will be underground stems of jameen kand, which is called as Amorphophilus, and Colocasia. So, in all these cases, the function is the storage. Now, when the stem performs this particular storage function, it also acts as organ of perennation. Now, in this particular case, if unfavorable conditions come, so food will remain stored in the stem and plant will be able to survive in that unfavorable condition, and that is why these can also be called as the organs of perennation. Talking of the second modification, that is the support, in this case axillary buds. So, axillary buds will modify and these will produce the tendrils. So, tendrils are slender and spirally coiled structures, and these structures will help the plant to climb, and that is how it provides the support. Now these tendrils are formed from the stem, are modifications of stem, and that is why we call these as stem tendrils. Now common examples are the gourds like cucumber, pumpkin, watermelon, etc. Even grapevines have these stem tendrils. Moving to the third function, that is the protection. In the case of protection, again there will be axillary buds, and these axillary buds will modify to form the thorns. Now thorns are the structures, pointed structures like this. So these are woody, straight and pointed structures, and these will protect the plant from the browsing animals, because these animals will get hurt if they try to browse the plant, and that is how plant will get protected. So these are called as stem thorns. Common examples are bougainvillea and the citrus plants. One point we can note over here, that in the second case it was the modification of axillary buds. In the third case also it is the modification of axillary bud. In the first case axillary buds modify to stem tendrils, and in the second case these modify to stem thorns.